Welcome back to Toledo's Most Local 9 a.m. show. Good day. And when it comes to maple syrup, you don't need Maine or Vermont or even Canada.
Okay.
You need Williams County, Ohio.
Absolutely. Anne-Marie Michaels and Jeff Dick, they join us this morning from the Northwest Ohio Maple Syrup Festival. So
Good morning.
Good morning.
thanks for joining us. We're talking the nice, natural, sweet treat of maple syrup.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pure 100%
Lovely.
real thing.
Right
Yeah.
here from the Buckeye State.
Right, exactly, exactly.
It's a natural sweetener, which I love. I'm seeing a lot of recipes now that call for it, you know, in the health area where people are saying use maple syrup instead of all your other additives.
White bleached sugars, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the festival is coming up, and it's at a good time because you're kind of in that season for tapping trees right now. Yeah.
Right. So we'll actually have the evaporator there at the Williams County Fairgrounds going, so people can actually watch the sap being gathered, brought into the evaporator, and then boiled down to make 100% pure maple syrup.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Right there. I love that. So Anne-Marie, break down the festival. What can people expect that day?
The festival is this Saturday. It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, goes to noon. It is an educational event. The Sugar Shack is a working Sugar Shack right there on the fairgrounds. They'll have horse-drawn wagon rides or tractor wagon rides that you can go. They'll take you right across a covered bridge to the Sugar Shack. Everything is free except if somebody gets breakfast, which there's a pancake and sausage breakfast. That has a charge to it, but everything else is free. And besides that, they'll see that process. They can talk to people right one-on-one. There's a whole bunch of wildlife events. There's forestry events. There are, they can come and hold a snake or a turtle.
Maybe a turtle.
And there's going to be some unusual insects there. Those are all things, and the kids, grandparents bring their grandchildren, families come. It's a family event.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun.
It does sound fun.
Wow.
So Jeff, I'm so curious before we get into what you brought, because it looks like some really good stuff. Can you break down the process of like tapping a tree? When do you tap a tree? How much syrup does it produce? Like, what's that process like?
So you're going to have a tree that's probably at least 18 to 20 inches in diameter, so it's probably 20, 25 years of age or older before you would drill a single tap in it. Usually about mid-February to 1st of March is the normal season when the tree is working on growing buds for the new tree or new leaves for the summer. And so during that process, of course, the sap goes up and down the tree. We're catching a little bit of it with a hole that we've drilled there in the tree, catching into a bucket or into a tubing line. And then we boil that down. It takes usually about 40 to 45 gallons of sap to make just 1 gallon of maple syrup. So there's a lot of boiling process, and so that's why we call it the evaporator that's there at the event. So.
Wow, and so the timing is really important.
It's now,
here.
yeah.
It's now. So I got a maple tree in my backyard.
You could tap it, yeah. You can. And you know, Anne-Marie was telling me on the way here of someone that mentioned to her they came out a couple years ago
To our Maple Syrup Education Day.
Yeah, and now they're tapping the trees in their own yard. So
Cool.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Sounds like you have a project on your hands.
Yes.
Takes a lot of work.
Yeah, but I bet a lot of trial and error and kind of testing it out, but you can also just buy the products.
You can, and
because
plenty
they're
of
delicious.
products here.
Yeah, talk us through what you brought.
Okay, this is just some of the things that will be available that day. There's a couple producers that will have pure maple syrup along with some of the other things like we do with Dick's Maple Farm. We do maple roasted nuts. This one happens to be cashews. Ooh. We have a bourbon maple syrup, which is aged in bourbon barrel. We even have pure maple syrup flavored coffee. And then the maple sugar candy, let's get this out and try.
I'm gonna try some.
And try this because this is maple syrup boiled down a little bit further. I should have opened this ahead of time, huh?
Oh, that's okay.
This boiled down a little bit further and then poured into molds as it starts to harden. We'll see if we can get this open, right?
I can work on it if you want.
Okay. There we go.
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna try one. You can try one, Stephen. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, look at it. Before you bite into it, this
Mine
thing,
is gone. No.
this thing is cool. Smells so good, too. It's a maple leaf.
I imagine you can put this in your tea or in your coffee or something too, and let it do
Dissolve
its thing.
and yes.
Or you could just eat the whole thing.
Look at that.
There it is, a little maple leaf.
Yeah.
As you said, you have various molds.
Yes, we do.
Kids probably love these.
And this is how the actual Native Americans traded. They'd make it into actual hard candy and trade with it.
Wow. Who figured this out? Do you know? Like, we were just talking about that.
I know, it's great.
Sweet.
It
Good.
is
It's sweet,
Yeah.
huh? It's very sweet.
It's sweet, sweet.
I love that though.
You're right. You could just drop this into
Drop
some
that
tea.
in some tea.
I like that.
And then it gives it a nice flavor. I've had this coffee before too, and it is delicious. It's very, very good.
We're going to leave that one for you today, too, so you can have some more.
So good. So do people need to register for this ahead
Nope,
of time?
they
What if
just
they
need
want
to
breakfast?
come. If they want breakfast, no, they just come out. And breakfast starts serving at 7:30 in the morning and goes until it runs out. Usually that's until noon. So they just come. It's in the main building on the fairgrounds. You'll find it, and everything is all around there. There'll be people around to tell you where to go. There's things in different buildings, and along with the horse-drawn wagon rides and the tractor rides.
Yeah,
How
that sounds
sweet is
fun.
that?
So-
Yeah, so I know there's an educational component to it, so I have some more questions if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So does the environment impact like how like the maple syrup tastes at all? Does anything ever change, or does it stay pretty consistent? Because I know like wine, right? The grapes they take on whatever is going on in the environment. Is that the same with maple trees?
They stay pretty consistent, really, overall. What varies more is just the weather as to when the season starts. There's been some really warm springs where the season will start in January versus February, or this year where it was colder and we really almost didn't start until March.
Oh, wow.
And so it varies more with the weather, really, than anything, but not really with the flavoring.
Okay, great. So maple syrup, which one's better, from Canada or from Ohio?
Well, of course, from Ohio.
Didn't even have to think about that. Didn't even have to think about
Just
that.
thought I'd ask.
No, so make a trip out to Williams County this weekend and enjoy a nice breakfast, some maple syrup. Take some home with you, learn a little bit about it as well.
And there will be like 20 other events going on that you just go up and talk to the presenters. They're all professionals or people who do things from, like there's going to be archery, there's going to be a BB gun range.
cool.
So there's a lot of different things.
Cool.
For the whole
So,
family, yeah.
Yeah, the taxidermist.
Stephen will have
there's
all the
that-
questions.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a one-on-one. That's
Very
what it is.
cool.
So.
Lovely.
Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Well, coming up on Good Day, you hit them, you hate them, and they never seem to go away.
I know what we're talking about. Yeah, we'll try this. Dan Cummins is a pothole patcher when Good Day returns. Stay with us.
Thanks, Dan.
There's a really big one on